Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do the introductions. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of Man United versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. What round is it, Ian? Fourth round? Fourth round?
Yes.
Yes, the fourth round of the FA Cup. Any of you who are watching
Don't
already?
you remember my witty joke of May the fourth round be with you?
There are 4 of you watching, so, let yourselves be known. We'll say hi and all that. In a couple minutes, we'll look at the team sheets and start talking about the players out there, and Ian will hear me rant endlessly about how much I hate the players that, they picked. Or maybe I won't, because Pogba's playing. I like Pogba. Ian, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, Thomas.
I'm doing very well, Thomas. Fresh
our
off
our live stream yesterday,
where United beat Bristol Rovers
2-0.
Hoping for a better game than what we saw in the league about a week ago,
where it was a very dull
game, which Man United should have won, in my opinion. And I thought they were the side that looked better of the two sides overall. I think the football, weirdly, I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kind of out-tacticked
Jurgen Klopp
in that game. I will slowly learn how to speak as the stream goes on. I promise. But
different match.
This is a game you wouldn't expect it to be so cautious. Both sides have got nothing to lose, really. Although Liverpool
are in a
much more of a bad run of form than Man United. You would feel they need the win a bit more than Man United going into this one. They're not going to get it. Let's be fair.
Robert Allen says the audio is messed up, boys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab something. Ian, hold the fort.
Well. I wasn't prepared for this. I usually prepare a little magic routine, but I haven't got it all set up. As Tom said, I promise I won't leave you on your own. But then after like a minute of the stream, he's left me on my own. So now I don't know what to do. What do I talk about? I suppose I'm going to talk about this game.
Is that any better? Do I sound better now? Does everybody sound better now?
Thank you for letting us know the audio.
Apparently, Ian has a bit of an echo. Not great. I blame Ian Allen specifically for that. If really quickly,
let's close.
We've got It's George, Robert Allen, and William Golder who all said hi. Hi guys, let us know if Ian's audio is still cutting in and out. Hopefully it's not.
I usually do speak with a little bit of an echo.
You do indeed. Echo. Right, putting the starting lineups on the screen. So, Ian, first thoughts on the Liverpool lineup?
The first thoughts on the Liverpool lineup is no surprise to see Salah and Firmino back into the team after they didn't play against Burnley, and does look probably about as strong as they could play, I guess. Yeah. There's no Henderson. Henderson's injured, isn't he? So he can't play anyway. And I'm going to guess that is probably the Liverpool's strongest 11 at the moment.
Well, Salah and Firmino definitely in there. There's no Mane, though, is there?
There's no Mane, yeah, that's true. But Milner, obviously, he's the experienced head in there. Wijnaldum I reckon he's a bit of an underrated player, Georgie Wijnaldum. He's pretty consistent. Thiago's been good for them. The two players that have really, or one player in particular, has been really bad for Liverpool this season has been Alexander-Arnold. His form's like fallen off a cliff.
I think he relies really heavily on Van Dijk and Joe Gomez or whoever else is at centre back to provide a bit more solidity at the back. And I think without him in there, it's just causing huge problems. And I think you're saying Alexander-Arnold and Robertson just aren't getting forward as much as they used to and getting the balls in the box anymore.
Yeah, and as what is highlighted every time Liverpool play is the injury problems they have at the back with Matip, obviously Van Dijk and Gomez all being out injured. They've probably got Williams and Fabinho playing as the centre backs, which is obviously an area Man United have to target.
Yeah, and I think they will target that. Robert Allen's asking if we think Liverpool will score. I think they will, personally. But I'm surprised at how good both teams are, if I'm being totally honest. I thought they were both going to rest more players than they have.
Well, But I'll throw it over to you before let's talk about the Man United starting 11. And it's good to see they have started with their number one keeper. But I'll throw it over to you for the rest.
Yeah, Henderson in goal. There's no surprise there. Wan-Bissaka on the right, Shaw on the left. Shaw, after that Liverpool game, seems firmly entrenched at left back now for this club. Alex Telles, yet another of the random signings we've made that doesn't seem to be allowed to play for the team. Lindelof and Maguire in the middle of the park, in the middle of defense, that's a really settled back four, if we're being totally honest, at least three of them. And they play really well together, Lindelof and Maguire now, so that makes me happy. You've got
You like Lindelof, don't you? You like Lindelof.
I think he's really composed. Like every now and then he makes a mistake, but he's not rash. Like Maguire makes crazy mistakes. Lindelof mistakes are every now and then he just slightly turns off. Maguire, it looks like the time it takes his brain to tell his feet to do stuff sometimes is just way, way too long.
Don't give a hard time. He's been playing well.
Yes, he has. The entire Man United team's been playing well recently. But Cavani, Rashford, and Greenwood with Pogba behind them, and then Van der Beek and McTominay anchoring the midfield. I think it's going to be
Who was that second last one?
Van der Beek. I've never heard of him. Apparently he plays for Man United.
No.
Very interesting that they've chosen to play him in this. I don't know. I genuinely wonder about how fit he can possibly be when he's only allowed to play one football match every 6 to 8 weeks. But
it could be his farewell game for Man United. But I've got a couple of quid on him to score in this game. Just out of shits and giggles. It was crap odds. It won't win much money, but I just thought I'd put it on for fun.
I like the idea of him and McTominay, though, because he's such a good passer and mover of the ball, and it means that McTominay can concentrate on what he does best, which is just breaking up the play. I think the Man United team is stronger than this Liverpool team. And I think on paper, we should beat them today, honestly.
It's really weird. It's really strange, isn't it? How when you think about like this game last season, and you'd think about the way Man United would win, it would have to be really kind of like just contain Liverpool, sit in the game, try and withstand their pressure, and then hit them on the break. Now you almost feel like that's kind of the only way Liverpool can go about this game, is to kind of just almost like withstand Man United's pressure and then just try and smash them with Firmino, with the pace of Salah, really, who's the only one who's really got pace going forward.
I feel like that's been a weird shift in that as Liverpool are not having as great a season as they had last year, they are really quickly reverting to this, while our forward line's incredibly quick, we can counterattack, and that's what we'll rely on now, as opposed to last season where you couldn't get the ball off them, and whenever you did have the ball, they were smashing you. It just doesn't. They're not as imperious as they were last year, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the thing. They just felt every time they attacked last season, that obviously they had so much confidence. They felt such a powerful team. They felt, honestly, we talked about it many times. It felt like they were just literally almost like a battering ram, smashing like every time it was wave after wave of attack, and it just felt inevitable that they would score. Now they just seem so much. They don't seem to attack with that pace. They don't seem to attack they don't look that fluid when they attack, and everything just seems a little bit weaker than they were last season. And I think a lot of it is the fact of they've been so good for the last 3 years, really, that this is the first time in 3 years we've really seen the level drop. Not a lot, just a bit, but that has caused a bad run of form.
Oh, for sure. The centre backs being missing, I think, is huge in that. Yeah. But
and also, like, yes, that is huge. It's massive, but there's not many games. There's only one game this season where they've really shipped a load of goals. They're not conceding lots of goals. There's still the trouble has been. It's weird that the trouble has been that they can't stick the ball in.
Well, actually, you were the one who pointed out that when you have to play Henderson and Fabinho at centre back, you haven't lost 2 players. You've lost 4. You've lost your 2 centre backs, and you forced 2 of your regular midfielders to drop in and play a totally new role. So instead of creating chances and being this, kind of shield to push the team forward, they're just at centre back, and all of a sudden, a bunch of players are playing that shouldn't be out there. But anything could happen in this game. Man United could lose 7-0. I mean,
but it's absolutely crazy. And speaking of 7-0, it's crazy that Liverpool smashed Palace. And after that game, you thought, wow, Liverpool are just literally motoring through the gears now. That's like them. They're throwing the marker down. They're going to start charging away with the league. And since then, they can't score. They literally struggled in virtually every game. And they're not. And they haven't played like obviously Man United's the only decent side they've played. All the other sides have been in the bottom 5.
Yeah, they really should have won more of these games. It's interesting. Them and Chelsea have had the exact same thing happen to both of them. Both of them got to the top of the league on really strong performances, and since then both teams have had a really hard time.
And case in point of how bad their form was is Klopp's been bitching and moaning all year about resting players and everybody needs a rest and all that malarkey. And I'm sure he'd like the league cut down to just 6 clubs. But do
you see Guardiola said that
the chance
today?
He would have had to wait? I did see that, but wait, the chance he had to rest players was FA Cup 3rd round against Villa Kids, but he couldn't rest anyone because he needed to get his strike. He needed to get his attacking players back in the goals. So he had to play a full strength lineup there. We didn't have to, but he chose to because his team was out of form, and that was his golden opportunity to give everybody a rest.
Really quickly, obviously Robert Allen said, will Liverpool score today? I said I think they would. And Stefano Lorenzo says penalties United versus Liverpool, and whoever the ref likes the most will go through in this. The way VAR works, that's quite possible, I suppose.
I did see, just going back, I did see that Pep said about the 18 teams. It's going down to 18 teams, I guess, was it? Yeah, and literally my biggest takeaway from it was when he said it would make the Premier League better, and I just thought, better for who? Better for you, but not better for everybody else. Not better for the likes of those teams in the Championship who are trying to go up, who will have a harder time staying in the Premier League. If there's only 18
I thought he was inferring that the footballing pyramid needs to be smaller. That's what I got out of that statement. I think he was. It was very much not Premier League, like European Super Cup. Like, we don't need all these teams. You don't need all these teams. Why do we have all these teams? It's the point. I don't know. I didn't like it. I'm not a big fan of him right now.
It's such elitist thinking. Like, there's no thought about what these lower league sides mean to the communities. Like, Oxford's maybe not a great example of that, but if you go to a place like Bury. Bury was the heartbeat of the town. Bury Football Club was the heartbeat of the town, and that goes away. That's leaves a massive gap in people's lives, a massive gap in the community.
Yeah.
And do you want to leave or lose all that just because the big sides say that they want to they think the standard?
I don't understand how the standard. I thought surely the standard is best when there are as many people in a country playing a sport and as many people getting experience playing the sport, and then the cream rises to the top. Not they cut down on everyone, don't let people play, and eventually we'll sort it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I mean, you've got different levels, haven't you? I mean, it's not like if you're good enough in League One to play in the Premier League that you can kind of keep that player hidden away.
I don't know. It's Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola.
Is he saying that he doesn't want to have fucking teams like a Burnley or a West Brom or a Sheffield, teams that put men behind the ball and defend?
Well, the top 6 teams would like Burnley to just go away, much like a lot of teams wanted Bolton to go away for a solid decade. Take too many points off them, play a different style of play, and make them look bad. They hate it. Really quickly, Robert Allen says Liverpool have been hit by injuries to key players, which has damaged them. However, I think they previously scraped their games,
hasn't everyone?
And he agrees on Pep.
Doesn't everyone suffer from that?
Yeah. I mean, it does feel like Liverpool have had a lot of bad injuries, but yes. And Pids1990, hi Pids1990, said, "Oh my God, did Tom just smile?" I did. There's hopefully going to be a lot of smiling from me in this match. There's either going to be a lot of smiling or the stream will end early.
Liverpool's injuries have been well known to Liverpool for a number of months. And what have they done to address that in the transfer window?
As Jurgen said, it's not him that makes the transfers, Ian. He's not in charge.
Well, regardless of, I'm not having a go at Klopp. I'm having a go at Liverpool. Why have Liverpool Football Club not gone out and fucking bought some players?
It's a good question, Arthur. They've been European champions 2 years ago, Premier League champions last year. It's not like they're short of cash. But they do have American owners, and American owners tend to be quite cheap. It's just a thing. Paul Pogba, fresh cut.
I like the Venky.
Sorry?
I wish the Venkies were in charge of more clubs.
Do you remember when they said they were going to sign Ronaldinho? Took charge of Blackburn.
I remember when I remember when they didn't understand what relegation meant.
Oh man, honestly, are they still in charge of Blackburn?
Yeah,
that's mad. Can't believe how long they've lost.
I'm not sure. They might be so. I mean, things have quietened down at Blackburn quite a lot, and Toby Mowbray kind of does a very good job of just getting on with it. But I don't know if they've kind of like got a director of football that kind of keeps everybody's attention away from the Venkies. But I'm pretty sure they're still there.
Fair enough. Pitt says yes. Come on, Liverpool, beat them, Manx. Good. So we've got a Liverpool supporter in the room.
The game has started.
It has started, and it's a scrappy first 7 seconds.
Yeah. I really want to see. Did that game start in the classic way that we talked about yesterday?
We're just pinging to the corner, basically. It didn't go out of play, though. At least somebody got the ball this time. It wasn't just a...
Well, that's the Premier League standard, you see.
In the Premier League, they at least complete the first pass, and then it goes out of play for a throw-in. Right, so we've already talked about the teams. I'm going to take them off the screen now, everybody. I hope you don't mind, just so we can actually see. You can see our actual lovely faces. Ian's smiling, gorgeous face. There we go. That's off there. Slick Rick says it'll be 2-1 to Liverpool. And Pid says not a Liverpool fan, just doesn't like Manx. Fair enough. I'm not arguing.
Wait, when he says Manx, does he mean people from the Isle of Man?
Sorry, Ian. That was a stressful moment for me.
It's okay. It's okay. I know how it felt yesterday.
You did very well yesterday.
When I can compare Bristol Rovers to Liverpool in that regard.
Yes, they're like the same club, if we're being totally honest, though. Shaw's got the ball here. It is going to be. It feels like it's already turning into quite. It's going to be a bitty match.
Don't. You can't make judgments on the game after 1 minute 40. So, well, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but you shouldn't. Luke Shaw, is he working his way back into England contention? Because he's been pretty good lately as well.
I suppose he is, but he's had like 3 good games, and now we're all talking about what a great left back he is again. It's not like this is like 6 months of good form.
That is the classic England mantra, though, isn't it? A handful of good, like 2 or 3 good games, and all of a sudden you're a world beater.
It's the best player in England with a left foot. Yes, Pids. Yeah, Pids is reminding you, Ian, that she's female. And Stefano Lorenzo says it's going to be 0-0.
But were you talking about the Isle of Man?
Pipe down, you. I'm really hoping we get more goals. This game needs an early Liverpool goal, if we're being honest. It'll anger the beast that is Man United.
How can you say, literally, that is like...
Well, you weren't saying it. This is where you always say it. You weren't saying it. Someone needed to say it.
Well, I don't think it needs an early Liverpool goal. I think Rashford's going to stick one in the onion bag right here. Give it to Van der Beek. Give it to James Van der Beek. Your thing, Dawson's Creek.
Well, we got close to getting in there.
If he scores, I will sing a bit of Dawson's Creek if he scores.
Corner? Is it a corner to Man United? Yes, first corner of the game. Van der Beek looking happy. Who is this man? Is that Williams? Yeah.
Man is
early bit of pressure then from Man United. Looked like they might actually get a cross in there, but was it Greenwood that had run down the left there into the box, Ian? Just almost. Was it Rashford? He ran so freaking fast he had to leave the ball behind, and he was like 3 foot off the pitch. It was great. All right, ball in from Shaw. Well, at least it beat the first man, though.
Yeah, I know, barely.
Hey, we take every win we can. Yeah, going back to Luke Shaw, it is very much one of those things. He has 2 or 3 good games, and we decide he's like incredibly talented.
Who's playing better than him at left back at the moment? I wouldn't say Chilwell is. I wouldn't say Trent. Certainly not.
Trent's a right back, so.
I always say that, don't I? Trent's a right back. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's out of all the. I would say he's probably got to be in contention because he's. But Southgate never picks players on form anyway. So
he always says he's picking players on form, and then picks a bunch of players that aren't playing well, And it's like, that's like Harry Maguire. It's my guy. He's my guy. Must play Harry. Sorry, I need to stop denigrating Man United players while they're actually on the pitch. They can't even stand up for themselves, can they?
Top of the league, Man United, and you still can't give them any respect. It was so much better when Fergie was in charge.
Back in the glory days, my friend. We are like Man United are the new Liverpool. Okay. Oh, nice little run from Rashford here. Just beat 2 men and the third guy got him. Some people, some of you probably will be behind us. Both Ian and I are actually watching through the actual television, which means we should be up to date with each other. So it's
the magic of BBC license.
Yes, sir. 5 minutes in now.
Let's throw it open to the chat. How overrated was Alex Ferguson? And extremely overrated.
On a scale of 1 to Steve Keane, how overrated was he? Oh!
And the two options you have are extremely and very.
These are the
Oh, God, Alisson nearly messed that up, didn't he?
That was dangerous. Talking about goalkeeping mistakes, Kepa's error today. Thoughts on the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League?
Kepa. I think he's like... I don't know how to describe him in goal anymore. He's
terrifying.
Like
he's terrifying. Go on, Luke Shaw. Go!
I'll just let this attack
They're just Man United are just like an inch off on their passing in the final third right now, but they look like they're gonna basically control this whole first half. They look really up for it.
I haven't seen Man United play this well since Moyes.
I hate you.
I feel like Kepa's gone into kind of like he's like an exhibition entertainer keeper. He's like got his little repertoire of entertaining things he has to do. Like you pay money to watch him. It's like when John McEnroe plays on the seniors, he has to shout at the umpire
He's good.
because that's what people have paid money
gotta
to
still
see.
fight with him.
So Kepa's got to like literally do one really bad
every
mistake.
Game. It's the rules.
Otherwise, people haven't got the money.
That's the rub of the green. Pitt says that Fergie's a legend and that inches matter. There's a good joke for you. And old Stefano Lorenzo is 30 seconds behind. Normally, me and Ian are watching these on different speeds, and Ian just keeps shouting at me to stop saying when a goal is scored early, but
it's usually one or the other, isn't it? It's usually one or the other, like one of us reacting and the other person like not knowing what's going on.
No clue what's happening.
Case in point was the playoff final.
I had everything a minute early. Yeah, that was rough.
I made that experience like and Oxford lost as well, but they made that experience like 1,000 times.
You were getting
worse.
So frustrated. I was like, I can't not.
I wouldn't expect you not. I wouldn't expect you
There's no pause button.
It's like you. No, there's nothing you can do about it. It was me. I mean, it's like it was like you couldn't get excited about anything because if you or Ed hadn't screamed, that it's not a goal at the end of this attack.
Oh, it's so true. It wasn't that bad a challenge on Harry Maguire, was it? And Robert Allen says it's kind of cruel to play Kepa, and I got to be honest, I think it is. Like, I think he needs to go, and I think he needs to leave England.
It is. I said, have they not got a third choice keeper that's better than Kepa? Because they must.
Or just a third choice goalkeeper that if he makes a mistake, it'll be okay because he's the third choice goalkeeper. Like every time Kepa makes a mistake, he's the £75 million goalkeeper that's massively failed that no one trusts. Like the narrative in this country is written and done. It's like Karius. He can be a perfectly good goalkeeper for the rest of his career, but no one in this country trusts him. Do they?
God, I forgot about him. Completely forgot about Karius.
But yeah, I mean that's that really. I
could think of another goalkeeper, Simon Eastwood, the worst goalkeeper
Any
ever.
Oxford fans on here want to weigh in on the Simon Eastwood thing?
Oh, my brother. Ever.
What, that pessimistic brother Alan?
If it honestly, I'm going to say if it wasn't for him, I think we might even be in the Premier League by now.
What, Robert Allen or Simon Eastwood? Yeah.
Taiwanese. I think my brother really.
Do you know I actually rely on your brother to know when a game is won, because all of a sudden he'll stop saying a team can come back, like yesterday. Like it's helpful. It's actually very helpful.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately it's
go
just.
On, go on, give it to Van de Beek. Oh, what are you doing? Why didn't he pass that?
I don't know.
That was stupid. That was.
Needs a goal, doesn't he, though, Mason? Yeah, but... Greenwood, he needs a goal. You would have been thinking.
Yeah.
Man United playing well so far, aren't they?
Paul loses Man United, right in front of the defensive third.
Here we go.
Here's Salah on the left. Don't let him out. Okay, right. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh! Good stop. Get back. Put pressure. Good. Right. That moment's over then.
You realise how hard a commentator's job is, isn't it? When you,
especially if you
have to do it.
Especially if you care about what's happening. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. I don't know how they do England games. It must be really.
I mean, they are immensely one-sided, aren't they? Like, we could be beating the Faroe Islands 5-0, and they're acting like it's the world's greatest triumph in recorded history.
That sort of changed with Jonathan Pearce. Yeah. When I first started watching football, commentators were like extremely neutral. Like, it was like you didn't have any like bias one way or the other, or like inflection in their voice. But then randomly, Channel 5 had an England game, and it was the first time. Here we go. Hang on, I'll get back to that.
What the hell are they doing?
Oh, they come back.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
And they started with Jonathan Pearce. I think it was his first ever like commentary gig, and he started the commentary with like I think, and he literally said this: "I think I speak for all England fans when I say, come on England." And it was like really weird to hear a commentator say that. And then I think like Teddy Sheringham scored a goal, and he went, "Ready, steady, Teddy, goal." It was just terrible. And for me, commentary towards England has been a hell of a lot more biased.
I find it frustrating sometimes. It's just when they feel the need to like big up a result against a small country. It's like in rugby when like England beat Fiji like 62 points to 3, and they're like, it is fantastic rugby being played by, and you're like, that's a freaking island of 8 people. Just, it's a win. Ugh.
You only beat what's in front. Yeah, you say that, but you make it a rugby sevens game. you ain't gonna beat.
Yeah.
Just gonna run the legs off you. That's like kind of the guys that do the commentary, like for local radio. I think they do like a pretty good. They do a pretty good job of like actually being able to comment on the game and not just go like, ooh.
Well, the Oxford radio guys are pretty good, aren't they? Or on Oxford games.
Oh yeah. I think they're excellent. Yeah. Really, they are biased towards Oxford, but they're not like they'll call it if Oxford are playing crap or the other side's playing well. They'll say it. They're not like gonna.
Oh, here we go. Go on, Cavani. Go on, mate.
Warren Eddie. He was gonna shoot.
Yeah, he got it very muddled up. But come on, let's go.
Go on, get Van der Beek in that box, Donny.
But, mate, Greenwood just won't stop shooting.
Honestly, Mason Greenwood, I reckon you should sub him off now, Ollie. He's fucking garbage.
Did you hear the Graham Potter interview yesterday after Yves Bissouma's wonder goal?
I must admit that part.
Have you seen Yves Bissouma's goal?
I have. It was a very good goal.
Such a good finish. But he's like, yeah, up till that point, he did 3 shots, and they were all terrible, and we were there screaming at him, questioning his, why he's shooting what he's doing, and then, he goes and hits in the top corner, and I don't have a leg to stand on anymore. It's just like, man, it's a pretty honest assessment. It's such a good goal. But apparently he'd been woeful up until that point.
I'm actually going to defend Greenwood here, because the 2 chances he's had to square the ball back, he's had to square them back to Van der Beek, and he probably doesn't realise who he is.
I've never seen this guy before. Who is he?
I can't pull it back to this guy who, for my money, might even be a car.
It looks like some fan got in the ground.
Got to literally try and score here.
I mean, that's the one thing about Mason Greenwood is you kind of, when he plays, you'd almost rather he was playing as the striker, because that seems, and it like from where he's come from in Man United reserves and under 18s and stuff, that's his position is striker. But then he's He plays kind of on the wing here.
Seems like every player. It seems like that happens a lot of times with like big clubs when there's a young striker. He always gets like pushed out onto the wing.
It's great because he's a very good player, and we know he can score goals from there. But that's the position where you do want to square it 60% of the time or whatever, just because it's a tap-in.
Fernandez is not playing this game,
no,
is he?
They finally rested him for the first time in 2.5 years.
Well, I think they rested him in the last FA Cup game as well, didn't they? But
possibly
shows you big credit. I'd say credit to Solskjaer for resting him in this game.
Yeah, I know, but it's
because last season he run him into the ground, or like he did
run him into the ground. If we hadn't had COVID, there's a strong possibility Man United didn't come in the top 4. But it gives Pogba a chance to actually play the position he's best at. And hopefully we'll see him play well, because the last couple games he's had like a really free role for Man United where he can actually roam around the pitch a bit more. He's not being told to just play central defensive midfield.
His goal against Fulham is a fucking beauty. They showed someone. There must have been someone in the stands. Took a video phone, or they had a camera angle that showed behind the goal, from behind Pogba's view. Such a great strike.
Right, he just opens his body up and pings it. It is a great finish. And Man United needed that on that night because they weren't putting anything else away.
I mean, that's why you have world class players.
Exactly.
They win you the games where you're not playing well.
And the strikers don't need to all be on form when that happens. Oh, get it out. Mm-hmm. Good, well played. Let's see. What are people saying? Is it me, or do Liverpool look like they've nicked Coventry's kit? Yes, pretty much 100%. I don't like these camo weird tie-dye kits or whatever this is. What is this? It's like greeny blue.
Coventry, though. Coventry's more of a
sky blue.
Yeah, I get kind of Coventry.
You think about teams that play in like kind of light blue, baby blues. They're definitely not Man City though. That's good. Oh, nice little touch. He's actually passed it to Van der Beek. Go on, play him. Oh, he was on a run there.
He actually passed it to Van der Beek.
And Robert Allen says Radio Oxford are biased, but not overly so. They want Oxford to win, but they'll always be fair. Them holding back the tears when we beat York at Wembley was utter sincere.
Yeah. I agree with that. The one thing, there's something I hate about Radio Oxford is the fact they seem to think that Oxford are they seem to always think Oxford are like an honest side, and the other side are like the dirty bastards that do all the time wasting in the
cheats.
And it's like, which is clearly not the case.
Corner Man United beats Paul Pogba is never going to score against Liverpool. That's it. It's official.
Wow. He's after bigging him up for his qualities.
He looks so unhappy every time he misses against Liverpool. But that was a great chance, just to at least get a shot on target there. I mean, he just fluffed it.
Be fascinating to know his real thoughts about what he thinks about Man United and everything, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It really would be. Cause the only thing he can ever say is, I like playing here. But I'd really just like to know what is... Oh, here we go. Oh,
and there you go. That is what Liverpool do. Fucking hell.
Come on, Liverpool fans. Give us your... Hear your
Great
noise.
finish from Salah. Defense fell apart. Was that Maguire and Shaw? Just a hole between the two of them. Salah ran through. Shaw a little bit too far up the pitch, maybe? It's hard to tell.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely against the run of play, but you'd say Man United have been the better side. Liverpool have looked dangerous when they've gone forwed.
So Lindelof's run with Salah and Shaw hasn't.
This is what Salah's been missing for the last month or so, isn't it?
Lindelof?
Used to be. This is like he was finishing those off for fun for like the last 3 years, and it's nice. Well, from a Liverpool point of view, it's great to see him back in the goals. Right, we are accepting £50 super chats per goal. It's £100 any other time, and so hit the super chats. And Liverpool fans, let us know your thoughts.
I now massively regret saying that what this game needed was a Liverpool goal, because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not happy with the situation. That was a really weak goal to concede, though, with Lindelof chasing the man and everyone else basically in a straight line playing offsides. But yeah.
Is it good movement,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Good ball,
great
good movement,
pass.
good finish. I mean, not every. I mean, every goal was avoidable, but
the finish.
You know, I don't think Man United did a lot.
The
wrong
finish
there.
is fantastic as well.
Yeah, I mean, Henderson, could he saved it?
I'm not going to blame Henderson for that. It's not quite Kepa. Oh, what a bad penalty by Timo Werner today. They do everything to get him a goal, and then he pings it right at the goalkeeper. Oh, that was rough.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I felt bad for him.
You could literally, honestly, you saw his reaction. You felt like he just wanted to walk off the pitch. He literally was almost like felt like giving up.
There were multiple times where the Chelsea were attacking in the final 10 minutes, and he was just stood in front of a defender like, I don't want to be here anymore. This has become a bad joke.
Everything he's trying at the moment just doesn't work. Like he's getting the ball stuck under his feet. When he does run at people, it's like he can't pick the right pass. It's everything's hard work for him at the moment, and people just seem to take great delight. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people seem to take great delight in calling him shit.
Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of people out there that really want him to fail. And we've had this conversation 1,000 times. We think he's freaking awesome. Pids says, £50 super chats. I tell you what, Ian, I'll buy you a 4-pack of beer. For £50?
Right. Take it. You know, I drink. I'll tell you the brand of choice if I had to pick a beer would be the Tesco Value.
Tesco Value Lager. I always said you were a classy man, Ian Allen.
That's what
class.
And then I take it down. I take it down near the railway tracks, under a bridge.
You've got to pay the troll toll to get in this boys' hall. Enough of that. I suppose my 4-1 prediction is still on then, Ian, because now I just need 4 Man United goals.
I suppose it is, Thomas. Yes, I suppose it is. I can't even remember what I predicted.
I think you predicted 2-1 to Liverpool. I think you did. This is tough. I'm really, really glad that Oxford were winning yesterday because it's not fun to live stream when the team you're supposed to be supporting is not winning. It's like frustrating as hell. Go on, Paul. Tackle him. Run him into the ground.
Plenty of time to go in this one, and obviously I think for everyone, I hope it's not extra time.
Oh Christ, no! No extra time.
And it's almost guaranteed to be now, isn't it? But do you really are you that fussed if you go out of the FA Cup?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
You are.
We need to win a trophy this year. There's a perfectly good chance of winning it.
Sorry, I'm so used to the answer being no. I'm not. Normally, when anybody speaks about it, I'm so used to people not giving a shit about the FA Cup that it surprised me that you said yes.
I think you and I both enjoy the FA Cup, although without the fans, like we've said 1,001 times now, it is lacking.
I think football's better. Honestly, I'm starting to think football's better off without fans.
Really? Go into that, Ian. Tell me more about this fantastic theory you have.
Well, I just think that the players are more free. They're not under the stress of the live crowd creating like a nasty atmosphere. I think the referees have a better time, are free to referee the game. I think it's easier on like police. There's less violence. There's less alcohol abuse around the towns. There's less fighting.
You know what we could do?
I think it's more.
We could just get rid of football. We could just do that. How does that sound?
I think I can't argue. I those, especially from two people that do a football-based YouTube channel, having no football really was a blessing during the first lockdown.
Yeah, it's great. We had our first break in ages. That's a pretty poor free kick. That's over. Right. Yeah. So, Trent Alexander-Arnold continues to not quite be hitting the heights he was before. Really not a great free kick at all.
I was watching the Football League highlights last night. And there was a League One. The guy missed a penalty for Peterborough. I'm going to guess it was Clark Harris. And he's honestly, you've never seen a ball hit harder bulleted it over the bar. And they had like a net behind the goal. So like it hits this net and just flies straight back out. Fucking great. Go and check it out.
I will.
And but Peterborough did win by a pretty comical own goal in that game.
There were a lot of own goals yesterday. Like
sliced it into his back of his net from about the penalty spot.
Did he actually? I haven't seen the highlights yet.
Yeah, it was a poor one because the cross came in right, and he felt like he had to get something on it, and he just skewed off his foot and went in the bottom corner. But he scored. It was I think it's his second game for Ipswich. He scored the winner in the first game against Burton, and then scores an own goal in the second.
They had Jimmy Floyd on commentary earlier today. He was speaking quite. He's convinced that Burton are going to stay up. Convinced. He says the team is convinced.
I mean, what was he going to say, Tom?
I know, but more of what I was going to say is he's quite good talking about football. He was good to have on the program. I quite liked him. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that like there's a lot of people that he doesn't pull his punches, does he, when he talks, Jimmy Floyd?
Greenwood's in. Yes! Come on, the boys! Woo! I'm in a good mood now. Mason Greenwood, player of the year, player of the season. Keep giving that boy the ball. Yes!
Third time lucky for Mason Greenwood.
Woo!
Lovely finish.
£50 super chats. Bring him in. Let's go. What a fantastic
remember, it's £50 super chats. £50 super chats, £100 at any other time.
That is honestly such a ball from Marcus Rashford there, though. Like when he first stops, I'm like, why the hell has he stopped? And this is a hell of a pass. Beat all over the head. I don't know who's supposed to be defending Greenwood. But he's just missed that header by an inch, and that's a great half volley. 1-1, baby. Woo!
Yeah, fair play to him. He missed a couple of chances, didn't he? Kept getting in there. Lovely finish by Greenwood. I feel like that's the first goal he scored in a while. Like, you stand corrected on that.
He has not had a lot of luck in front of goal recently, no matter where they give him the ball. And that's on his right foot as well, and his left foot, so that's good.
Did you see Andy Robinson trying to put him off? Andy Robinson come back like screaming in his ear.
OUFC Dave says,
"What I like Premier League. I like seeing Premier League players resorting to something you'd see in.
I believe we call it shithousery. Oh God, Masako, what are you doing? Man United are giving the ball away in front of their defensive third over and over again, but it's okay because Rashford is now sprinting up the left side majestically like the swan. He's giving it to Van der Beek. Let's go! Yes! Pogba on the volley. Not a great effort. Just kicked out. Why is everyone shouting about Van der Beek's down?
No, don't get injured,
Van der Beek. Van der Beek's out for the season.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nope, he's back up again, don't worry.
You could have scored that, couldn't you, before you fucking went off injured? You could have bloody scored it.
King Walsh of Dank Memes wrote something and then deleted what he'd written. UFC Dave says, what a ball, great goal. It was fantastic.
Well, I no doubt it was a dank meme.
Son. And Pids is making fun of you, saying there's no real alcohol in there, and that's why you have a baby face. I mean, a gorgeous baby face. Like a teddy bear I want to cuddle.
21.
I'm at my athletic peak.
Oh my God. I'm at that point in my life where I can't even remember how long ago my athletic peak was. Like maybe 11. I think I was at my athletic peak.
You were a hell of a centre back at that age, though. Man United were scouting you then.
I was a fullback, not centre back.
See, that's where you went wrong. You should have been centre back.
I did. Actually.
What?
Oh my God! What the?
I hate that Harry Maguire can look good. Oh no! Now he's just giving the ball away again, and he's fucking hell. United look really good going forward and terrible defending.
This is Van der Beek's. This must be Van der Beek playing that's causing all these problems.
I can only say yes to that. He is the problem at Man United. With no Van der Beek, we would have none of the issues we have right now. Oh, I'm a stressed person right now. Giving the ball away. It's freaking pointless.
Tom, win, lose, or draw, Man United is still top of the league.
I can promise you that a team will win, lose, or draw. This I give you.
But Man United is still top.
They are still top of the league for at least one more week.
Who thought Man United would ever be top of the league this season? At any point at this season, did anybody think Man United would be top of the league? I think that's a pretty. I mean, that's the thing. I just don't think they're getting the. I don't think they're getting the respect they deserve for being top of the league.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even from their own fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's because the fans keep watching them and are like, "How the hell are we pulling this off?" It's like watching a magic trick and being like, "But I can see what you're doing to win it." What? What is this?
It's like watching a magic trick.
What are these people doing? Stop! Just get the. Oh my god! Sorry. I find that Man City play around the back stuff. So look, they've won the ball back in your third. That was pointless. Oh, well done, ref. Thank you for slowing that down for us.
Well, that's it. You got to stop the game there.
We needed that because we're just giving the ball away right now. What the hell is going on in the final third? Just clear it out. Push up the freaking pitch. Give Cavani something to chase. He loves chasing stuff. Loves it. Oh, Ian, I am on a roller coaster of emotion right now.
Edinson Cavani is a wonderful striker. Oh, yeah. But I do remember he does love to miss sitters. Yeah. I've seen him miss some horrific chances for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah. He's their record goal scorer as well, though, isn't he? He was the sort of player that he'd get a hat trick, but he'd have 9 chances to score tap-ins in that game as well.
Yeah, that's it. They absolutely dominate the games. Every game is like a procession they play, apart from like maybe 2 or 3 a season.
No, it's true. Do you see they're top of the league again already? Because they weren't actually that far behind when they fired Tuchel. They were like 4 points off the top, but it wasn't good enough apparently.
Yeah, it's so hard to manage them with like Mbappe and Neymar and Di Maria.
Pogs. Oh, not a great ball. This game.
Good idea, though.
Great idea.
Good to trying it.
Well, I mean, the only time I think Paul Pogba truly angers me as a player is when he's right in front of his defenders and decides to like try and beat 3 people instead of passing it, and then he loses it. And he knows he's done the wrong thing, and you're like, just the worst part of the pitch to think to do that. Anywhere else is fine, but just not right there.
Yeah, he's also one of these players as well that when he doesn't look good, he comes across as not giving a shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is always gonna always gets the fan. I mean, that's like the biggest cardinal sin, isn't it? Is appearing that you don't care.
Man United have a couple of those. There's him. There's Martial as well. 2 players that like just can look really disinterested. And I'm not saying they are disinterested, but they can look so disinterested. I mean, poor Martial. He's just born with a resting bitch face.
The Gallic shrug.
Yeah.
Martial, you've just you've won the Golden Boot, you've won the Ballon d'Or. Man United have won the Europa League and the league. And you're how do you feel?
I could use a break. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what that action is. I honestly should not be allowed out of the house.
Fucking good fellas.
That is a terrible clearance from Harry Maguire, but it's okay because Liverpool are doing the short corner game. Close him down. Good. Well done. It's interesting that Mo Salah has been doing the exact same run for like the last 4 years in the Premier League, and yet no one can ever mark him. It's like it's the same movement. Gaming referee, give him a card. Come on. What color? Quel color? Red, send him off. It's an awful challenge. You can't foul Marcus Rashford like that. Sorry.
Fair enough. You wait till you see a replay of this, folks, and Tom will be screaming for a red card.
Oh, it's a definite red. He's put it through his legs. His studs are up. He's off. He's got to be off, ref. VAR that. Look, studs up. Through him. Unbelievable. I'm furious.
Yeah, he loves to send a message in capitals. How is that not a red card? In any game, you could be watching like I don't know. You could be watching like Scottish Highland League.
I could. It's 100 and
you scream injustice about the someone slightly mistiming a tackle.
I like it when I sent you like 8 voice notes in a row, and I know you're watching the game, and you're just not listening to them because you know it's going to be a series of incoherent rants. Just me not saying anything important whatsoever. Oh. Ian, here's a question for you from Rad. Who do you think will get promotion in playoffs and have Crew surprised the league?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think Crew have surprised the league. I thought Crew would be good. I didn't think Crew would be challenging for the playoffs. I thought they'd be in around mid-table and they'd cause a few upsets here and there. But I didn't think they'd be as good as they have been, for sure. Who do I think's going to win it? I mean, yeah, it's a free header just over from Pogba. Realistically, looking at all the sides that I've seen, for me, Hull got the best side. What I've seen so far.
They are on incredible form right now. I think Pete.
I still have a feeling Lincoln's form will dip, and they will finish in the playoffs and not get automatic. And it's difficult. There's not a lot to choose between these sides. It's like, and obviously, I'm not going to include Oxford in there at the moment because they need to. In a couple of weeks, if they keep winning, then they're up there. But at the moment, no. I'm gonna just because we backed them at the start of the season. I'm gonna back.
Yeah, for me, it's Peterborough and Pompey.
They need to.
Those two are the ones.
Yeah, Peterborough need to start improving away from home. They're really good at like when they play at London Road, but for some reason they have these little weird games away from home. They need to sort that out.
When I look at all the teams that could come second, and you're right. The idea that Lincoln will keep this going for as long as they are is, I mean, they may well do because they're playing good football, but it's not nailed on by any stretch, is it? But yeah, Peterborough and Pompey for me are the two teams that could take second. I still think Oxford will make the playoffs. King Walsh of Dank Meme says Oxford for the playoffs. Obviously, Ian, you are being unbiased and calm and rational by not saying that out loud. Yeah.
Look, we're 5 games in a row, and we've gone from like where we thought we might be fighting relegation to now being on the cusp of being in the playoff picture. I stand by saying that, look, we got a week. We've got to play Rochdale. Whether that game is snowed off, we'll never know. But we've got to play Fleetwood at the weekend, which is another game we never win. Yeah. So if we win that, then obviously you have to start seriously believing in it.
You broke the curse. But Bristol Rovers have been defeated. This is the year, Alan. It's the year.
I hope so.
I'm so glad you didn't.
Any Oxford fans in the chat, you correct me on this, but I think we've only ever got 2 draws against Fleetwood out of the times we played them. And I know Robinson got one. I think they were Robinson and Wilder who got the draws, and they were both away. But did we play them in the year that Appleton took us up?
Appletonia.
And if so, like, I can't believe they beat us home and away. We were like such a good side. It was such a good side.
Quickly, OUFC Dave says Oxford will get the playoffs. King Walsh the Dank Meme says, and we'll lose in the final as we do. And then OUFC Dave said, not with Stevens in goal. So there's the Stevens hate that we were looking for earlier coming out now. And this is when we want it.
How about this, then, Oxford fans? How about this?
Go on, give it to Van der Beek.
Give it to Van der Beek. Give it to Van der Beek, Connie.
That was stupid.
He's the guy he's got fair hair. He is a Man United player.
Looks like he's never seen the sun. Well done, Paul.
Yes. Talking about me?
Yes, you as well. You vampire.
So,
yes.
How about this? Yep. We get to the playoff final. Jack Stevens gets injured on the eve of the final. So out of the shadows comes Simon. We have to call on the old hero to roll back the years and give us one more amazing performance. And Simon Eastwood plays in the final and has a screamer, and Oxford win the final. How about that? A good story.
Sure. Although he was terrible in the last playoffs.
Redemption for Eastwood. Stevens then, as a happy ending, Stevens then never recovers from the injury and has to give up football. And Oxford get relegated with a worse points tally than Wickham the next season.
Sounds like really poor fanfic. Yet another ball between. Jesus Christ, get it out! Sorry. United just keep giving the ball away in the final in their defensive third. Like McTominay, that turn is so stupid, and then this ball goes between.
They've been really sloppy playing
It's
out
awful.
from the back.
It's like awful really play, and if that had been a better ball in, that was an easy goal for Liverpool.
Do you think that header out by Luke Shaw there was the sort of thing that could get him back in the England team?
Luke Shaw for England captain, if you ask me.
You'll never get it off.
No, Harry is the greatest goalkeeper, captain in recorded history. 5 minutes to half time now. Paul, go on a run, beat everyone, and ping one in the top corner for me, will you? Because I need 3 more goals to get my score prediction correct.
I'd like to see in the Euros Harry Kane to take a corner, back on corners.
That may have been England's darkest moments.
Van der Beek, give it to Van der Beek.
McTominay?
I'd like to see him. Oh, come on, man! Get a goal here. Give it. And I'd like to see him smash a corner up in the air so he's got time to run in the box and then finish it off.
Like on a free throw or something in basketball, throwing it off the backboard so you can jump up and dunk it instead.
Yeah,
it's a great plan.
You can't. I'm assuming you can't do that though, can you? You can't kick the corner and then head it and then take another touch before another person's touched it.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be pretty impressive if you could even manage to do that.
I don't think you can. You can't. You can't. Someone else has to touch the ball before you touch it again. But anyway, that's what I'd like to see. Whether it stands as a goal or not, that's what I want to see. It'd be worth seeing Kane on corners just to see if he can.
Do you not get the feeling that Bruno Fernandes would rather be on the pitch or not be included in the squad at all? He looks so cold.
I imagine he's a horrible sub. I imagine he is fucking not. He doesn't. I imagine he doesn't enjoy watching.
Miserable, screaming at the players to do different things as well. Like, for God's sake. So Fabinho somehow managed to stay on the pitch here. Should have been a sending off. Oh, ref! Come on. Sorry.
It's quite a bad tackle.
It's awful. He's lucky he hasn't made more contact.
He does. This is what you get though, folks. This is like that's a leg breaking foul according to Tom.
Dangerous play, Ian Allen. Extremely dangerous play. He should be banned, fined. You should never be allowed back in football ever again.
It's not netball.
Lacrosse? Remington Steel. Right, come on, Paul. Ping this one in the top corner. Save us any stress at halftime.
Is this Van der Beek range?
Van der Beek's not even allowed near it, apparently. When did Luke Shaw become the free kick and corner taker?
That is quite a good one for a left footer.
It is. It is a good one for a left footer. I feel like Paul's taking this. Oh.
I like the way you talk like that.
Oh. Me and Paul go way back. We hang out all the time, mate.
Fuck. That's a crap free kick.
There haven't been any good free kicks in this game yet.
No.
OUFC Dave says unless he takes the corner, it hits the crossbar, balloons up in the air, and he runs in and scores for your insane.
But does that count? Does that count though if it hits the bar? Surely it doesn't count. It doesn't count if you take a penalty and it hits the post. You can't kick it back in until another person's touched it.
Well, you can on a penalty unless it's during a penalty shootout, right?
Yeah, no, you can't. No, you can't. It has to. No, if it's a penalty and you hit the post and it comes straight back to you, you can't touch it again. It's a free kick.
Stupid.
Because well, that's the rules of the game.
The rules of this game are stupid.
Someone else has to come and touch the ball. If a goalie tips it onto the post, then you can.
Pass. McTominay, why have you not done that pass before? Van der Beek! Luke Shaw! Oh, good stop by Alisson. Finish! Oh! I'll count as a goal line clearance. We'll count as a goal line clearance, won't we, Ian? That goal line clearance.
I mean, it wasn't on the goal line, but it was stopping the ball going in, wasn't it? I mean, Alisson wouldn't have saved it. Thiago wasn't there.
It's a good block by Alisson on Luke Shaw's cross. Good block by Thiago on McTominay's drive. Oh,
been a better game than the league. Been a much better game than the league.
I mean, we've already got 2 goals and we've only played for 43 minutes.
Well, I know it's not easy statement to make. That game was. But it is nice to see both sides playing with a bit of attacking intent.
Yeah, and Rashford is finally having a good game for Man United this season, which he has not had all year. So this is great. This is a nice move forward. Oh man, I'm enjoying this game now, Ian. Now that Man United aren't losing.
let's turn our attention to European Championships. Does anyone actually care how England get on?
Oh yeah, genuinely. Yes, tell us.
I really couldn't. I honestly couldn't care if they went 3 games and out.
I mean, I could care about that. That would be poor.
I honestly could give 2 shits about fucking international football. I really don't care. I'll get into it. I know I will. That's how I feel.
But that's
when they're actually out there.
That's what always happens to us. It's like at the World Cup when we're like, we won't care if they lose, and the minute the football's happening, we're like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if we're allowed to travel by the summer, Ian, we could watch a match of football together. Obviously not live, but together in a room with the television. I'm told that's how you watch football.
Yeah, we could travel around Europe.
Yes, in a VW camper van.
Yeah.
What sort of ball is that? Well done, Rashford. Well done. Yes, go on, mate. Go on.
Go on.
Do him. Go on. Skill. Interesting choice. Give it to Paul.
Van der Beek is literally in the box all the time.
Oh. United are knocking on the door right now.
I tell you, there's a lot of clubs that could really do with a guy like Van der Beek. I know it's silly; it may not have given him a chance, but he's a real box-to-box midfielder. Really, he's what I've seen so far.
Good footballer. It's stupid. It's stupid that he doesn't get to play.
Like he's getting in the box every attack. He's like up there with play in the box. And how many times do you see teams where they're attacking and they've got no one in there to pass to?
No, definitely, 100%. Van der Beek, every time he plays, looks good. And everyone always says Van der Beek's played really well. And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does an interview and says it's going to take him a while to get in the team and he has to be patient. You're like, okay, but what's he waiting for? He's definitely not waiting for Fred to play badly because Fred plays badly every game. It's half time. Ian, should we have a quick 10-minute break? Come back 5 minutes before second half kicks off?
Flown by.
Which commentators we like and we dislike, and we both agree that Jermaine Jenas not that great. We're gonna have to watch the Timo Werner.
I like Dion Dublin.
I like Dion. I think he's an affable man.
Homes under the hammer.
I love that he does that. Honestly, he's such a happy person as well on it. Just loves buying and selling houses, mate. It's in his blood. It's what he does. Tammy Abraham, Ian Allen. Thoughts?
Inconsistent,
but not a bad player.
Well, no, very good player. Obviously, I think he's done a great job at Chelsea for considering last season he was given the responsibility of leading the line.
And they came fourth. And he scored 20 goals.
And I think he's not looked out of his depth at Champions League level or anything like that. I think he's a really good player. There's more to come from him. Just unfortunately, like a lot of Chelsea players,
inconsistent.
Yeah. Good win for Burnley today.
Really, really good win for Burnley today. And I think we called this. I want to say we called this, but I can't remember what our prediction was. Also,
I don't know. I think we wouldn't have predicted 3 goals in it, though.
I know we're not doing predictions this week due to timings and stuff, but I think Fulham play Brighton this week in what really could.
Yeah, there are some good games, which just annoys me because obviously it's like Liverpool, Tottenham, but I just I just haven't got it. I haven't got the fight left in me.
Can you do it, lad?
I'm like a beaten man. These viewing, I blame the viewers for just not watching our videos. It's all your fault.
We're here right now. I haven't seen the Brentford highlights yet. It's a bad goal to concede, but they did end up scoring 3, don't they? Here, finish.
This was like Brentford were great in the first half, and then Leeds just absolutely. Leicester just bossed them.
That's a finish. Completely. That's a hell of a finish. I think Maddison scores, doesn't he? Because James Maddison always scores.
Yeah, Maddison gets the 3rd, and they get a penalty, which Iheanacho. It's not a league game, so Iheanacho can score this.
Tielemans.
It's a cup. Was that Tielemans?
Iheanacho didn't play. Ayoze Perez did start up front with his 1 goal this year.
Literally, I don't know why I thought that was like an Iheanacho. I literally, good. I mean, we talked about. I think we talked about in that one that both sides would probably. We might not be a great game because both sides might rest players, but it was a good game. I mean, even with the changes, and I really think I don't see why Leicester wouldn't want to be full strength in that tournament. I don't see why they wouldn't just going for it. I mean, they got They got Brighton in the next round, and then which is a very winnable game. Then they're in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and have there been any shocks in this round of the FA Cup, Ian? I don't think there have.
Don't think so. I can't think of any.
And I mean, I know Liverpool are trying to shock Man United right now, but it's not going to happen.
Southampton, not really a shock, is it? Beating Arsenal?
That's not a shock at all.
I guess that's probably the closest some people might come to a shock, but saw that Arsenal team sheet. Certainly not.
UFC Dave says, good first half. Who do you think will go on to win it now? I think we all know I think Man United will go on to win it. Ian, how are you feeling?
I think Man United will go on to win it as well. But who do you think, Dave? Who do you think will go on and win it?
Who does everyone think is going to win this now? It's pretty tightly poised at 1-1, but United ended the first half definitely the stronger team. I mean, they were smashing down the door and getting as close as they could to scoring.
I think both sides would look pretty good going forward, to be fair.
Yeah. Robert Allen says Leicester has a chance of winning a major trophy. They won't win the league, but they can win the cup. Yeah.
Well, they're not even going to get... Well, they might as well go for the cup. They're not even going to get Champions League.
Is that because Arsenal are coming first?
Well, they're nailed on. The Champions League places are already nailed on.
Arsenal, is it ever going to get to the point where we feel bad for how Arsenal are playing? Like, is it going to get to the point where I even say they should be in a Champions League place and they should be doing better?
I think you had a little bit of sympathy for them where when pundits were coming out and saying they're going to get relegated.
Oh yeah,
you weren't jumping on that.
That was baseless. Alan, I see you. Baseless.
But Shearer said it, didn't he? Famous on Match of the Day. Yeah. And I saw quite a lot of YouTubers chirp on about that as well.
We're never ever.
Which you didn't get here. You didn't get here, and you don't get things like you don't get headlines here like Frank Lampard must be sacked or anything. I think the only manager we've ever done that sort of witch hunt in with is Ollie.
Don't! I never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no documented evidence. This is fake news.
I think we've given managers a bit of shit. There's managers we like and we don't like. Obviously, I think I've been saying it a bit about Bruce, to be honest. But come on, at this point,
I think in the last season, so this was our third year of doing this, right? I think we've done it less this year than any other year, especially after what I went through last year. I'm just like, I'm not going to call for managers' heads anymore. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that. If Steve Bruce, it would be kind if you sort of like just led Steve Bruce out to like the shed at the back with the shotgun.
This way, come on, pick up the biscuits. Pick up the biscuits.
Drop the cyanide capsule in his tea.
Drink this, love. It'll do you good. Robert Allen says, oh no, sorry, I've already done that. King Walsh of the Dank Memes says it's going to be Man City versus either Southampton or Leicester in the final. That'd be a pretty good final. Honestly, I would watch it.
I'd rather see Leicester Southampton.
Oh, that'd be a fantastic final, wouldn't it?
What about Wolves? What about Wolves? Could get there?
Mate, Wolves are playing some of the most boring football. It would not be a fun final.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it'll be fun, but do you think that they're kind of like people? No one's talking about them doing anything, but they're still a decent side.
I suppose they could. I don't know. You don't feel like they can beat any of the big boys right now. UFC Dave says he thinks Man United too just need to sort the defending out. Yeah, they really, really do. They've been giving the ball away in their defensive third like it's like a game plan almost to just let them take shots.
It's almost like they forgot they were playing Liverpool, and Liverpool like to press.
So it's galling how often they're just gifting possession to Liverpool 5 yards off the 18-yard line.
Just going back to like Arsenal. Yeah. Arteta, I cannot see why he gets so much praise. Like, one, it was a shocking side to play against Southampton, and two, why do you continually try to play out from the back? This tactic is absolutely like, and why of all the sides you wouldn't want to do that against is Southampton.
Yeah. No, they're playing Southampton energy-wise is like playing freaking Liverpool. They press as far up the pitch as you can.
Into their hands. Yeah. And anyway, second half's kicking off. Liverpool get the game going. There's a lot of baffling things in football, isn't it? It's like why Vardy's been doing the same thing for years, yet people still play high lines against him.
Honestly, just one of the most baffling things on earth. These like teams, they're like, we're going to set up 20 yards off our 18-yard line, and all it is James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, and Mark Albrighton going cool and just chipping the ball forward every chance they get, and he runs teams ragged.
And it's really weird how like sides like Sheffield United will do it against them.
It's the epitome of this is our style of play, so we're going to do it. And you're like, yeah, but mate, it's just like, look at who you're playing. Just drop back 10 yards. I know it's going to create some space in the midfield, but like, I know Leicester have Harvey Barnes and James Maddison, but I'd rather rely on them to have to hit a shot from 30 yards than just constantly letting Jamie Vardy through in on goal. I mean, he's a machine. Absolute machine. Oh, there you go. Have a hug. Yeah. Have a hug. Shake it off.
Well, I want to see a replay of this, because if that's a finger in the eye, surely maybe that could be violent conduct. That is violent conduct, isn't it? You can't put your hand in someone's face.
He asked for it. He said, give me something to eat.
Feed the horse. That's something different. That's something completely different.
Free kick in. Go on. What? Oh, I don't know.
Where's that wonderful fair-haired lad that was playing so well in the first half?
Marcus Rashford. Mason Greenwood.
No, the guy who was on Dawson's Creek.
Van de Beek. Robert Allen says, isn't there a mole in the Arsenal dressing room? Keep leaking crap to the media. I think Arsenal might have one of the most disharmonious dressing rooms in the league. The fact that it feels like what's-his-face is still causing a problem.
Does that mean they have to play out from the back against Southampton, does it? If they've got a mole in the dressing room?
100%. Because if they don't, then someone will... I don't know. I got nothing. I can't even...
They might do. It does seem... It really does seem a little bit like... it does seem very cliquey.
Yeah. The whole Ozil thing.
Old guard, new guard.
The whole Ozil thing as a whole has been very... The fact that there's so many like messages coming out and players feeling the need to publicly make statements and stuff, like... Football's normally the most... Like, as much as they're forced to do interviews, they never actually say anything in the interviews, do they? Like, they never, ever give anything away in the interviews. And, yeah, Arsenal just seems to be players' opinions on everything.
It's World Cup winner, Mesut Ozil.
World Cup winner, Paul Pogba. Oh, go on! Go on!
The worst player.
Rashford's in! Yes, come on! 2-1, baby!
Great finish. How easy was that? How easy was
Ball
that,
over
Man
the top.
United? Get in
Ball
there.
Over the top. Oh, he's had a mare against Rashford today.
Was that? This was men against boys, and I've often been critical of Rashford spending too much time trying to give meals to kids, which sickens me, when he should be sticking the ball in the back of the net. But if he can do both, then fair enough.
This is a good goal. Well worked. Really good play by Cavani, who never stops moving. And what a ball from Greenwood to Rashford. Just repaying the favour from the first half. Is that Williamson at right back?
Oh my God, that is terrible defending. Lovely finish though, Rashford. Lovely finish. Really nice control as well.
He really should have cleared that.
Lovely touch to get that under control.
It's a good finish. Nice little getting it onto his right boot and just...
Yeah, actually, I stand corrected. I don't know why he would try and flick the ball up in the air there. It's weird. But he did well. Great finish. Easy goal for Man U. You wouldn't be happy if you conceded that. Look at him. Look at that wonderful fair-haired man.
Stop talking about Marcus Rashford in that way. So it's 2-1 to Man United. I now have a huge smile on my face. This is nice. Any of you who are enjoying being...
I'll tell you. Sorry? Look, there's a couple of things I'm going to say in a second. The first one is, has Cavani ever done porn? And the second is...
Wait, is that Cavani or Ron Jeremy? I wasn't sure. Fit and healthy Ron Jeremy from the beginning of his career.
When was he ever fit and healthy, Ron Jeremy? He's always had a gut. Not that I know who he is. Secondly, you just do not take the lead early against Man United. You're just asking.
That's what I said in the first half. We needed to concede. It angers the beast.
You did. To be fair, you did say that. And I it's like against Fulham. Just don't get angry.
Don't poke the bear.
It's only going to end one way.
Wait till the second half to score on us, and then we've got nothing. Oh, that was a...
There's no actually to be fair, I say Burnley didn't score did they? But Burnley tried to do that and it didn't work. So they're pretty much the perfect size.
I agree. Man United, they couldn't play better if they wanted to. Really quickly, I know we've only got 6 of you watching, but if you guys could super chat us even a pound or two, we really appreciate it. Ian's going to buy me a new Snowball microphone, I believe, soon to make this really exciting.
We do have. I know Tom has gone against the rules, but I'll just restate the rules. £50 a goal on super chats, £100 at any other time.
I reiterate, anything you guys, we really appreciate it, and we love being here with you anyway. It's nice to watch this with human beings.
If you just want to sit there and watch it and chat with us, or not even chat, not if you just want to sit there and listen to us talk rubbish, then we're absolutely happy with that as well.
It is mostly rubbish, if we're being honest.
And, while Man United are winning, you are going to get a very zen-like time.
Yeah, I'm going to be really calm now, except that I'm still going to call for everyone's head every tackle and make, come on, get up! Sorry.
Look, I tell you, anything that doesn't end in a draw at the moment, I'll be quite happy with, because I really don't want extra time. If it could go straight to penalties, I'll be happy with that, but it's not going to be.
OUC Dave says that he timed his run well, and what was that from the Liverpool lad? And that was genuinely very confusing. I don't know what he was doing. He just misses the ball. But Rashford, good touch, good finish. Man United 2-1. Something tells me Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will now put 11 men behind the ball and maybe a bus and try and see this out. Calling it now, folks. The pessimism is back.
Love it. How do you keep getting away with it, Ollie?
Mate.
How do you keep
he hasn't done anything yet. I'm just assuming.
It's literally just like, I just don't understand it.
He's
defying logic.
Yeah. This is like that 16-game winning run they had as well under him, where you're just like, the team is doing it. Like, this team is just very good. I mean, when such, as much as I hate Woodward and I hate the Glazers, they've brought in really.
You never met them, though, Tom. To be fair, it's very harsh to hate someone when you haven't met them.
The stories I get. I mean, I believe in unsolicited stories about other people, and I make my judgments on them based on said stories.
I used to hate the Venkies till I met them.
Because you wanted Ronaldinho at Oxford.
Go on, man, go on, make it a third. Go on, give me Van de Beek. He's getting in there.
You just want to bring your bet home at this point, Ian. You just want Van de Beek to get that goal, score it, win the game. I would love a Van de Beek goal, and I'd love a Van de Beek goal where he rounds 3 people before chipping the goalkeeper, just to kind of add insult to injury. And then he's gonna run past Solskjaer, just pointing at him, going.
Ollie's asleep. He's not even seen it.
Honestly, it does feel like they have that sort of relationship where every time Van de Beek does something well, he's like, "Ollie, did you see that?" And Ollie's like, "What, mate? Oh no, sorry, I was just doing paperwork. You playing football today? Oh, cool."
Okay, well done. Now go wash the
Oh, that's great. Have you considered training with the reserves?
I was going to say, I think that I feel that Ollie comes in and does a team talk, and they all pretend they're listening. Then he walks out the room, they shut the door, and then they have the proper team
then
talk.
Then Fernandes walks in and goes, "Right, everything he just said, none of it, none of it."
Whoever it is.
Honestly,
maybe Carrick, maybe Mike Phelan comes back.
I am convinced that everything good that happens at Man United, somehow Bruno Fernandes has done it. It's the fact that Cavani's a bit similar to him, and Alex Tellez, who is never allowed to play, reminds me as well of that. But these players that are constantly giving out information to everyone else, and they score a goal, and you see Cavani giving Greenwood instructions after he's just scored a good goal, and he's still going no, you need to go there, you need to make these runs here. And you see it with Fernandes in every game. He's constantly screaming out instructions and being like, "This is how we do this. This is how we do that." It's Bruno with his assistant manager Edison Cavani.
I don't like him either.
Get out.
Hate.
Robert Allen says Ole is clearly a Pacey fan. Am I missing something? Pacey?
Oh, I think that's a Dawson's Creek reference.
You two really need a life. Ian, what top are you wearing today? Why are you not wearing a Ghostbusters?
I can't believe it. Well, I didn't really, as much as I usually do slob around in the same clothes day after day after day, I thought I might put on a different T-shirt.
OUFC Dave says that Ferguson.
It's more work days for me. I just usually working from home, just slob around in my string vest.
I do love the Bruno style mankini that you wear. Bruno? No, it's what's his face? Borat. The Borat style mankini that you wear. UFC Dave says that Fergie actually walks in afterwards and gives the real team talk, and I could see that. I could genuinely see that.
What, the singer from the Black Eyed Peas?
Yes. That. To be fair, he wrote Ferguson. I said Fergie. It's my own fault.
Oh, okay.
My own fault. Should have been clearer. Good.
Well, is that a help though? Alex Ferguson coming in? Have we not established he's the most overrated manager of all time?
I think you'll find Ian in the chat that literally nobody agreed with your statements.
Oh, did they?
Nobody. Oh. And apparently, and you always preferred Gilmore Girls, but Robert Allen, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I love Gilmore Girls, so like,
name me a manager worse than him.
Worse than Sir Alex Ferguson. Mikel Arteta. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Jurgen Klopp. Everybody.
Are they managers though, or are they first team coaches?
Good point, Alan. Look at you. Using words against me.
Loophole.
Using words against me. Pochettino, I'm just a coach.
I will.
I'll
throw a name out. Matt Busby.
Was worse than Fergie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Brian Clough.
Oh, I was reliving Brian Clough quotes the other day. Specifically, the Rome wasn't built in a day, but then again, I wasn't there. And what was the other one? What do you do when someone disagrees with you, Brian? Well, we sit down in a room and have a conversation, and eventually they agree I'm right.
Love it. Yeah, I've apparently what you said to like Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill came to why am I in the second 11? Because you're too good for the third team.
Oh, witty banter. A list.
Oh, if only you didn't fall to James Milner. Hey, Liverpool fans. It could have fallen to any other protector.
James Milner, by the way, is still going to be playing at 65 years old because his game literally requires 0 speed. It's incredible. He's going to be the longest lasting. He's going to have the most Premier League appearances ever of anybody because he's just never going to stop.
Right. Really great.
Yeah. He's never going to stop.
Very.
Did you see the Christmas movie he did a couple years ago where, like everyone always calls James Milner boring? Oh, for God's sake! What is this shit?
2-2, everybody. 2-2. Mo Salah gets his second goal of the game. Man United had the warning just a few seconds before, but didn't heed it. And very poor, another sloppy goal, really. Just good move by Liverpool, but Man United just sort of stood there and let it happen.
Yeah, look at the sky, Maguire. That's where the answer is going to be, in the sky. Because clearly marking the players on the pitch just isn't a... What is a short freaking goal? Oh! What sort? Jesus Christ!
I don't understand. I really like that's cursed. That ability to pass out like that has fucking fucked up so many football teams.
Oh my God.
From the goal, it was better when it had to fucking clear the penalty area from the goal.
I hate it. I actually hate. Oh,
most teams just like
legs.
They feel that that's the way. Oh, it's gone through his legs. It's not Henderson.
No. It's only 5 yards out when he hits it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, 2-2.
Terrible. Literally, honestly, you've literally just like been let off the hook a little bit by Milner missing that chance. You're under a bit of the cosh. You're winning the game. Why do you have to play out?
Our manager.
You're playing fucking Liverpool.
Loves it.
You're not playing like you're not playing and I'll just say because you're not playing Oxford here or something like that. A side that you can dominate.
You can't play around Liverpool. They press so high. They man mark. And this is like a team that won the league last year, has been to 2 European Cup finals in the last 3 years. Like, what are you doing? This isn't Sunday League. These are stupid mistakes, and they're manager mistakes. These aren't team mistakes. This is somebody's told them they have to do this, so they're doing it.
And also, Man United's fucking sloppiness is playing Liverpool back into some form here.
This is ridiculous.
You're getting Salah back in the goal.
This is actually ridiculous.
You're getting the confidence back in.
Look at this. They've got a man over on that side. What is this? Good save. What the hell are Man United doing? They're falling apart.
That was
Well, I'm not happy anymore.
Not bad. Not a bad side. It's Liverpool side. They haven't done anything before.
No, I've never actually heard of them. What city are they from?
I heard they're world champions.
Not anymore, are they? Last season.
I don't know. They haven't had another Club World Cup yet, have they? I don't think they have. COVID.
Oh, Mo, that was a poor cross. Right, let's get me off my screaming at the screen rant. Managers worse than Fergie are David Kemp, Mark Wright, and Brian Talbot, according to Robert Allen.
I know he's written that. You don't have to tell me.
And OUFC Dave says, passing out the back is a joke. Why do teams do it? Honestly, Dave, I do not know. It's a joke. Well done, Henderson, for kicking that as far out as you physically could, because that is exactly what we need to do from now on. Stop giving the ball away in your box.
I'll say there's probably only like 2 or 3 sides in world football that can actually do it well.
City, Liverpool,
probably like City, Bayern Munich,
and Bayern Munich. There you go.
And I can't think of the other one, so I'm just going to say Hamilton Academicals,
Southampton,
Chicago Fire.
Marcus Beasley used to play for them. I loved Marcus Beasley.
Was it not DeMarcus Beasley?
I don't believe so. Was it DeMarcus? Man. Right, enough about this American football. And Mane's on.
And now Liverpool can bring on Mane.
It's an absolute joke.
Oh, dear.
This game could very easily get out of hand, but here we go, Paul. Good. No passing. We've allowed Van de Beek to touch the ball for the first time in an hour.
The thing is, as well, is if Ollie gets annoyed, you know he's going to pull off first, don't you?
Van de Beek.
You know the first player he's going to take off is going to be Van de Beek.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Van de Beek Fernandez is like literally. Yeah.
The worst part about that is that'll mean that Pogba, who's not had a bad game at all, will be relegated to defensive centre midfield.
What's the second worst part? What's the worst?
The second worst part is that Van de Beek's off the pitch.
No, but what's the worst part? You glossed over the glaring worst part.
That you'll lose your bet.
I can't win my bet, Thomas.
I was like, I know there's something. Oh, yep, there it is. Oh, Scott, quicker! Play the ball quicker. Go on, play it out wide. Play it out wide. Someone get in the box.
Give the ball to the fair-haired man. Find the fair-haired man.
He's making himself available. I mean, he's not shy of running forward.
He's a very sociable guy.
He's making friends with all the Liverpool players.
Oh my god! I thought he fucked that up then.
This is a much
neutral. I'll say neutral's watching. Good game. This is what we wanted from the league game.
Yeah,
it's a really good game of football. A bit behind Van der Beek.
United look really nervy now. Like when they're on the ball, they're afraid to make a mistake. Oh my god, Sky! Honestly, just take him off. He's a fool. He's not a captain. Yeah, United look really nervy. They look really nervy now.
Harry Maguire can do 100 good things in a game, but the one bad thing he does, and you are all over him.
I don't think he's had a great game in this match. Really don't. I don't think he marshals the defense very well. What a fantastic statistic.
I probably know, but not as well. Not what you'd want from what they paid for him.
And not what you want from your captain. Like, he's the captain. He's supposed to be the most vocal. He's supposed to organize the whole team, but he can't organize a piss up in a brewery.
He's no Elliot Moore.
Rad says he thinks Hull will win the league and then Pompey. We had this discussion earlier. We both agreed Hull looked like the taste of the league, and then we talked about Peterborough and Portsmouth being just behind them. United.
Pompey got a bounce. Pompey got a bounce back though.
That was a heavy defeat.
You know, the one thing about Pompey is you've got to always remember is their fans will turn on their team in a heartbeat.
Well, I mean, it was jacket out for the first half of the season.
There'll probably be quite a few people jacket out after that game against Hull.
I'm still saying Robinson out. No?
Robinson out?
Oh, okay. Worth a try.
I'm the only one saying Barton in.
Joey.
Warren Barton.
Do you? Obviously, only 15 minutes ago we gave, or 20 minutes ago we gave predictions on this. But right now, who do you think is going to win this match?
Well, the momentum's with Liverpool.
They are
for sure.
all over United right now.
Game's almost like fallen into. This game's fallen into. Here he is.
Sorry, keep going.
I know. I'm just waiting to see what comes. Oh, there it is. There it is. Number 34 is coming off. Fuck you, Man United. Fuck you, Solskjaer. Fuck you, Man United. Literally, like, has he played? Oh, whatever.
No, I was literally about to be like, he hasn't done anything wrong to this point. Is Fred the player to move Man United forward?
Literally, just like.
Oh my God! Do not play this short. Just get it out. Good. Yes.
Why do they stand there as if they're going to do it though? Why don't you just get up the pitch?
So dumb. I think Maguire's asking for the ball, and I think Henderson's doing what a good goalkeeper's doing. He's just being like, no, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. I don't trust any of you.
Well, this comes back to like what you say about like Maguire. Why isn't he like understanding the situation there that, you know, this is not the time to be pissing around with it at the back. Here come Liverpool.
Wow.
Oh my God! And then the clearance smashed off the back of a Man United player. Yeah, I mean this feels like what you would have expected from a Liverpool side last season against Man United, with them having creating the chances, creating the pressure, and Man United resorted to just trying to hit them on the break.
And that's what this is turning into.
Which is odd how the game's turned into.
Man United had complete control for 60 minutes, and then they concede that second goal, and it's totally falling apart.
Just through their own sloppiness, as I say, they've almost played Liverpool back into form. All now Liverpool look like they've got a bit between their teeth, and they look like they can. Everything's clicking a bit better for them now.
Yeah, everything's clicking, and Man United are letting them click. They're not closing down fast enough at all, and they're leaving men wide open like this, where they just lay the ball off, and then they can ping it, switch side of the play. It's
people like Robertson and Trent suddenly realise that they are actually pretty good footballers.
Really? I've never heard this rumor. Tell me more about it.
Oh, it's not a rumour.
Go on, Cavani.
That's a weird ball back in it. Jeez Christ, mistakes in this game. Weird random, like literally. I know that was just a chipped ball across like that.
I don't know if something's changed in football, because I definitely haven't been taught to coach it differently, but playing balls to the back line or across like the face of your goal sort of stuff has never been something you do. Like, that's always been a cardinal sin. Like, just don't do it. Don't risk it. And it feels like teams risk it more and more now.
Yeah. Teams don't care about it anymore, do they? Like playing the blind pass across your own box kind of thing.
Oh, good. Well out. Come on, Paul. Yes, well in. He's just falling up. Yeah, go on. Oh, referee! What color? Come on!
Yeah, now.
I know he's Brazilian.
Old tackle, isn't it? I actually quite like the way Mane's been on for like 5 minutes. He's like left a trail of destruction.
I don't know how bad a tackle that was, in all honesty.
Mane's come on and he's like, for fuck's sake, I thought I had the afternoon off.
Go on, let's see this. That is a sending off offense. That should be a red card. It studs up. He's missed the ball. He's hit him in the shin. How is that not sending off? Honestly, Ian, how is that not sending off? How is that not being reviewed by VAR? How is that? It studs up on the shin. Yeah, but it studs up on the shin.
Got the ball, not hurt him. It's fine.
It's ridiculous. Football.
It's not a red
doesn't
card.
Know what it's doing anymore.
That is as bad as Pogba putting the thumb in the eye.
Firstly, it was the thumb in the mouth.
That is nowhere near a red card. That was a red card.
It was a red card. It studs up on the shin. That's like the definition of a red card.
On the shin.
He's hit him in the shin with his stud.
It's not a reckless tackle.
What's a reckless tackle? It's the definition of a reckless tackle. Unbelievable. Go on, put it in. Right.
The thing is, as well, he is consistent with this. He would be saying that if that was a Man United player doing it.
Maybe.
He would still be screaming.
Maybe.
That it is a red. He wants the red.
Well, Gray,
card.
I see you.
He wants tackling to be frozen out of football.
I am Pep Guardiola. I do not believe in tackling or defending. Nor does my team, by the look of it.
Does he not believe in attacking?
Did I say attacking? I meant defending. That is such a bad clearance from Maguire into Lindelof's back. Well done, Henderson, though. Rad says it's a red. Panicking. Rad agrees with me.
Sorry, folks. I'm the captain. I'm here.
Hey, guys.
Oh, dear.
I stick to that. That's a red card. Mane shouldn't be on the pitch anymore. Man United should be playing against 10 men. I'm not letting this go. Ridiculous decision making.
Right. I want to see Mane get the winner.
So what we've got, Pogba, is he... I don't know what formation Man United are playing anymore. Is there 3 midfielders behind Cavani now and Pogba's out on the right? So that's what it looks like. Rashford on the left and Fernandes through the middle. I think that's what they've switched to instead of like a forward 3.
Look at it so well now. Liverpool really playing nicely.
Liverpool are in control of this game, really.
Take that shot on. For fuck's sake, are you really going to score that?
It's Thiago. He's the greatest player to ever grace the Premier League. I mean, how he's not at...
Seriously, a spinning ball up in the air like that, and you're trying like a swiveled volley.
With about 6 guys stood in front of you.
How did you ever think... Like, what? There's only going to be one outcome, and that is like it's going to balloon off your foot.
Great. Again, I see you. It's a red card. That's just the way it is. It's a red card.
Fine. You can't win this argument against him, so...
It's a red card.
I mean, that's the thing. You're not going to change his mind. So
what the hell are you people doing? We're still doing it! Oh my God, McTominay! How many times are you going to lose the ball?
Do you feel your pain?
This is dumb!
This remind anyone of Oxford Swindon? It reminds me of Oxford.
Jesus Christ.
Nice play. Really nice. Oh, just the final ball. That's Pogba's fault. It went quicker.
This is unbelievably just like falling apart for Man United.
Yeah, Liverpool like massively grown
completely
into this game.
Taking control at this point.
Looking really good going forward now, Liverpool. And you feel like at the moment Man United are fucking playing for a bit of extra time. Although they're still going for the break, obviously. Fucking hell, fucking.
That sums up the game in the second half for Man United.
Cavani's just literally running away. They're thinking, why did you kick the ball onto my heel?
Yeah.
Like, why? Where's the composure, lads?
Well, I mean, I really like McTominay as a defensive centre midfielder. All of a sudden, they're calling on him to control the game and pass. Like it's the game gets away from Man United when McTominay is stuck as the attacking centre midfielder at times.
Yeah, he should be able to make passes like that. But I do get the point you make. Fucking hell, Pogba, that was a shit.
That was a shit cross.
Looks a bit leggy, didn't he? You get a bit tired.
Yeah, well, he's not a right winger either. Like I know he gave that interview the other day where he's like, I'll play any position for the team. But like, look at him there. He's like, I've run the length of the pitch and now I've got to go close down. It's not his position. It's like playing Paul Scholes as a left freaking mid. It's stupid.
So animated, isn't he, with his body language?
Driving me up the wall. I'm like, really, this game has gotten me riled up now.
That's the thing. I'd like Man United have gone into real panic mode.
It's like everything they can do wrong now, and everything that can go wrong is going wrong for them in this now. Yeah, and there's Ollie, smile away.
It's like just like the muddled thinking, as you're right. Like people, like McTominay being up the pitch, and here comes Liverpool again.
Solid, decent effort.
Yeah. Easy shot. And like Pogba being on the wing, it's just like muddled thinking, isn't it? Like
it's square pegs, round holes. Like you have Paul Pogba is one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. Just let him play his position. At least then if he's bad in his position, you can work on that or take him out of the team. But like he's not a right winger. He's not best utilized there. France don't use him there. But you want Fernandes in the team, and rightly so, so you just throw Pogba out somewhere random and are like, well, you're good at football, so you'll be fine here. Cool. That's what the rest of this game's going to be like for me. Robert Allen says it's decent of Man United to play Liverpool back into form. Rad, we'll cover the playoffs in League One in a minute, but that was more of a yesterday chat, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But the game now has stuff to talk about.
It's also Thomas, just like kind of, I don't know, just going on that point. It's like, because Pogba is such a great player that he can play anywhere and do a job, but why do you not want your best player playing in the best position?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Paul Gray's just gone. Paul Scholes was an amazing left midfielder for England. He was always in Lampard and Gerrard's shadow. He's not a left winger. Like that was always the big thing. Is he's not a left winger, and he never.
Was it a penalty?
I think it's a free kick. It looked to me like it was outside the area. It doesn't look like the refs called a penalty. Has he? Has he? Has he? No, he's going to draw a line. Yeah, definitely outside the area. Bit of a soft foul, isn't it?
Foul, though, isn't it? I don't know how you could say it's not. I don't know what Liverpool complaining about not being a foul. This is where you need. Here we go, Bruno. Then laces through the ball, smash it as hard as you can.
I mean, it's these sort of things. The way the game's going, Man United need to score a free kick or something to get themselves back into this, because it really doesn't look like they're going to be able to work the ball forward anywhere.
Alisson pulls off the homeless man look well, doesn't he?
You feel like in the off-season he wears torn jeans, a shirt that's never tucked in and never buttoned correctly, and is like sat at a bar that has like a really old wooden table and just drinks Budweisers. You know what I mean?
You've really drawn that analogy out, haven't you?
I'm painting a picture, Ian. I've painted a picture.
You are.
What do we think? Is this a goal? He's talking to the ball. He's telling the ball what to do. He's had words with the ball. The ball now knows what to do.
It's like Happy Gilmore. Come on, ball, go home.
Don't make me look bad.
Why don't you like your home, ball?
Go home.
Too good for your home.
Oh, there's a good film that's worth watching later on.
It's one of Sandler's few good ones.
His first 8 or 9 films were great, and then he just falls off right. Where are we standing for this, Allison? Don't let Fred take this. Yes! Come on!
Get in there. What a
come on! Did he just scream, look at that goal? I swear to God, that's exactly what he just said. Oh, so much stress just left my body in one go. Yep. Oh, thank God.
Poor old Klopp. Oh, poor old Klopp.
Oh, thank God.
Isn't it so sad?
Oh, thank God. Thank God that's gone in. Did he just... He's hit that right over Harry Maguire's head.
Oh, strong.
It's a good goal.
He's
hit it over... Thiago's ducked. Thiago's ducked under it.
That's really bad.
Oh, no. He has. He's ducked under it.
Oh, why is he ducked?
I thought that went over Maguire.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's really bad defending. I mean, it's a wonderful strike from Fernandes, and Alisson can't.
Yeah, no, he can't get.
Alisson can't.
His defender is stood directly in front of the ball, and he's ducked under it. But it's a good strike, and the game changes for the 9th time.
And now Man United can go back to thinking, we even gave you a chance, Liverpool, and you still couldn't.
We allowed you to play yourself into form, but there is still 11 minutes plus extra time for Man United to, I don't know, play it around the back for 12 straight minutes. Don't
give this away now. I mean, what a great game! What a great game!
For the neutral, this is fantastic. King Welsh of the Dank Memes does say that
it's exactly like people used it as a stick to beat the Premier League when these two sides played each other. It's not so best league in the world, and this just shows you what they can do when they actually want to go out and attack and not just play a boring 0-0 draw. Is the quality game you expect it to be. Go on.
I think that's probably the worst thing Rashford's done in this match, so we're going to let him off on that. It's the only time I've been properly unhappy. But that was such a ball from Wan-Bissaka, which is rare from him. King Walsh the Dank memes basically just agreed about poor management to put Pogba where they've decided to put him, and that he's great in his actual position, which he is. Well done, Aaron. Go, go, go. Just keep going. Go. Drive, drive, drive.
Oh, he doesn't like being up this high, Tom. He doesn't like being up this high. He doesn't know what to do.
He does not. And then he
didn't know what to do. Get back, Wan-Bissaka.
Maneuvered himself into using his left foot, which does not exist.
We don't want you that high up the pitch.
That's what Tommy Tony does best. He breaks up play. Let's just have him do that. Let's stick 100% to him doing that. That's all I want to see.
Oh, here comes Jedderin.
That is a really good player to have on the bench, isn't it? Like,
good player to have on the bench, not a good player to start games.
No, definitely not a player you want starting a game. But he's great coming off the bench. But genuinely, he's really good coming off the bench. And he is lightning quick.
Unless you put him in a Switzerland shirt, and then he's like the best player ever. Same with Granit Xhaka.
Mate, Jack,
like amazing game put in for Switzerland.
Xhaka is a freaking enigma.
So, what I think about this game as well is amazing how this game has the ebbs and flows of this game has been amazing as well. How you really have had times where, like 10 minutes ago, Man United looked like they were desperately holding on, and now they look like they're in the ascendancy again, and they could easily get fourth. And Liverpool looked like the side who like rattled. Yeah. It's been like that a lot through the game. It's been again, and that's probably why it's like 81 minutes. It's like flown by.
Yeah, it's been the second half specifically has been fantastic. Like from a neutral's perspective, not for me.
Yeah, I thought the first half went quick. I thought the first half went really quick as well. I thought it was really like just enjoyable game.
There were some really bitty stages of play where for like 5 minutes nothing was happening, and it was just both teams losing the ball as much as they could. Oh, who is that? Bissaka. Well done. Someone tackling the ball instead of letting it straight through the middle.
That's where we want you. That's where you're good. That's where you're good.
Right. Let's really quickly. And Rad, I don't know if you're still here, but Rad says he has. Oh, what is it? He's got Doncaster, Peterborough, Lincoln, Oxford, and Crewe in the playoffs. That's fair enough.
Who are the teams again?
Doncaster, Peterborough, Lincoln, Oxford, and Crewe. Which seems like the wrong number of teams to me. I feel like there's only 4 teams. I think he's saying maybe Crewe. I think that's what he's trying to say. He's saying Crewe in 7th, I believe, is what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could happen. Yeah. I mean,
no Sunderland then. Not giving Sunderland a chance.
Does anyone right now? Poor cross from you, James. God, do better.
Also, it's always difficult to completely write them off.
That's true.
For the same token, it's like there's I really don't see Ipswich getting up there.
No, not at all. They are.
I don't feel Charlton have been falling off. Form's really deserted them for Charlton as well.
Yeah, well, they did have a good comeback yesterday, didn't they? No, they didn't come back. Oh, they did. They did come back. They did. It was 2-2, wasn't it? Swindon fell apart in the final couple of minutes.
They absolutely gifted Swindon a 2-goal lead.
I'd like to see Cavani score a 4th for Man United. That's what I'd like. Every game, I just want to see Cavani score goals. I get really worried that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will stop playing Cavani if he doesn't score every game, basically. Because he loves to change his entire team constantly. And I'm really afraid,
Well, there are certain players that play regardless of their form, and then fringe players have which is really weird to say about Edison Cavani, but fringe players, it tends to be if you don't perform every game, you're out of the side straight away.
Yeah, and that's how I feel like he treats everybody but Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes that way. And I
feel like a lot of I feel I could say the same things about Robinson.
Yeah, I just Edison Cavani, to me, makes this Man United team click. And as much as he hasn't scored, he's been a constant nuisance to Liverpool. And he's won the foul that's won the penalty. I think he was involved in the build-up play of the first goal, possibly, getting the ball out to Rashford in the first place. But he just causes so many problems to back lines, and he never stops running. Like, he's always moving, defending. Although Man United really have decided to sit back for the rest of this half. They're not.
Hey, we talked about it. He's a He's a class striker. He's been one of, maybe not anymore, but he's been one of the best strikers in the world. Scored tons of goals at all levels of football, including at World Cups and Copa Americas and stuff. You would expect him to have all those qualities of like being, knowing how to stand, knowing how to play. And I personally don't see why Man United don't start him in pretty much every game.
Honest, I don't think he's done or even close to being done. He looks like he could play for 3 or 4 more years.
I think so either.
Easy.
And look at the goal he scored against Southampton, where it's just like Man United. Was it Southampton? No, Fulham. Man United a goal down against Fulham, and he's just in the right place, expecting the goalie to make a mistake, and he's there to punish
we
it.
saw it today with Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham, all three of his goals came when he was playing on the 6-yard line, just trying to score a goal, and he missed a host of chances because he refuses because he's young and he's not in the box enough. That's all Cavani is.
Rashford just like slowly walking down the tunnel. He's not injured, is he?
I don't know.
I mean, he walked off. He wasn't like he was limping, but
I don't know.
It's just unusual that he wouldn't go sit on the bench.
Came out of nowhere, didn't it? As well, that substitution. Like, it wasn't like he'd gone down at any point.
Yeah.
Man United breaking. Scott McTominay, though. Oh, he picked a good pass for once. This is good. Man United have 4-on-3, but they're playing as slowly as they can, and now it's 3-on-7. Wan-Bissaka, yep. No!
Don't let him play that high up.
They really should have done better there. Menil Nigon says, I think this match will go to 3-3, and there's every chance, mate, that you are correct about that because...
Kick him out. Get him out of the chat. We don't want to hear chat like that.
Well, the way Man United defended...
We don't welcome chat like that. Mate, not because I want Liverpool or Man United to win, but I do not want to draw.
Is that because neither of us want to sit through extra time? Even though this game has been fantastic.
Nobody wants to. No, nobody wants to. I would rather sit and do an extra half an hour talking about Antiques Roadshow or Songs of Praise.
That is our next live stream. It's right after this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
This vase is at least 100 years old. I would.
Why do you have to talk like that? Why is it always?
I don't know. It's Antiques Roadshow. They don't talk normal, do they?
Well, what? But it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean you still get like you still not everybody's like old.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they are.
Why are we talking?
Ian, I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure everyone on there is ancient.
I found this in the spooky barn.
This is worth £1 million, and a ghost gave it to me. Maybe it was the ghost of Duke Ellington. Oh, ball in! Come on! Oh, Cavani, there is no luck in the world for you today, is there? What a freaking cross and a header. I thought we'd won it there.
Passed it.
I thought that was it.
Fucking why'd you get these?
Foul him. Just foul him. Yes.
So good anymore.
That is the best play I've seen from Man United all day. Just drag him back.
Fucking Man United. Fucking why you could have done any strike on earth and you get this fucking donkey that can't fucking cut it anymore.
Oh, mate, that was such a good move. Well done to Lindelof. Take the yellow card. Stop them from counter-attacking and just scoring. Yeah. Now, let's defend. Again, Man United. Let's not give the ball away. Oh, come on.
Honestly, you could have got Billy Sharp. You could have got fucking...
I wanted Chris Basham.
You could have got, like, Mattis Vidra. You get this fucking donkey.
Kala Lily says, Kale Lally?
You could have got Divock Origi.
Anything today. Hello. We say hello back to you.
Lacazette.
Yeah. Ian.
David Goodwillie.
Keep the list going. Keep the list going. Look at that cross from Fernandez. Leaping like a salmon. He's leapt like an absolute salmon, Jeff. Come off the bar. Oi. Vey. Paul Pogba trying to score an own goal there.
They got pushed in the back, didn't he? I thought Mane pushed him in the back.
Did. Red card, send him off. Well done, Fred.
It should already be sent off, shouldn't he, Tom?
Yeah, mate, you should be on the pitch.
Head injury?
He's fine. He's absolutely fine.
This is it. We are skirting over the issue that we are like getting into injury time for Manchester United beating Liverpool in the FA Cup. This is supposed to be all singing, all dancing, all conquering Liverpool side that are the greatest side ever, unstoppable. And what? How many games is it since they've won?
5 or 6 now. Six.
This
is the 6th game then.
Wow. Disaster for
how we're doing. I'm extremely stressed out and really just praying that these 4 minutes go quickly. Ian is good. I'm not going to let him answer for himself.
I'm great. I've had, it's been a fantastic game. I've really enjoyed it. I hope Man United can see it out because I really don't want to have 30 minutes of extra time.
If you guys have enjoyed this,
and I think and to be fair, I feel either side. If either side would have won, they would have deserved it. I thought both sides have played well, to be fair.
I thought on the balance of play, Man United have edged it 55-45.
Probably.
If you guys have enjoyed being with us, please genuinely super chat us, even for a quid or two. It's really appreciated. But thank you also, all of you, for being here. I am a bundle of stress right now.
Strict rules. We have strict rules on super chat.
£1,000.
No. So far, you're ripping us off, basically, anybody watching this, because there's been 5 goals and no one's done the obligatory £50 a goal.
Been screwed.
We should be, I don't know what 5 times 50 is, so I'm going to say $3,000. We should be $3,000 up by now.
OUFC Dave says that apparently Liverpool have never gone past the 5th round under Klopp in the FA Cup, which is not surprising. This is the first time I've even seen him.
That is not surprising. I mean, he did pretty much sacrifice it, didn't he, that year where they got to the club. And I don't think he gives a shit about it.
No, I don't think he does either.
Remember, all he's done is, since he's got into English football, is bitch and moan about the amount of games. Yeah. He moaned about the League Cup being 2 legs in a semi-final. A semi-final, he moaned about there being FA Cup replays. So
he's just an unhappy man.
You know, if you don't like it, go back and manage in Germany and do the crappy DFB Pokal.
Oh, the DFB Pokal! What a fantastic tournament, though.
Which normally ends with Bayern Munich winning it.
Though, to be fair, as much as I like the Bundesliga, it's pretty much what the Bundesliga is as well.
Yes.
Callie, I'm glad that you're both bad and good. Mainly the good part, not the bad part. We got a minute and a half. Ball in the box. Well done, Paul.
Yeah, well done, Paul Pogba. Good header. Oh, my Lord.
I genuinely thought he was going to score then. I'm still a little bit hard in my mouth. Like, that is a Salah goal all over it. Run in, volley, and just ping it in the top corner.
It's terrible, that's what they really, isn't it? Terrible. Terrible.
Send him off. Maybe give him a yellow card for play like that. Please tell me he's saying everyone up the pitch. Yeah, he is. Good. I'm telling you, mate.
If I played with him, I think you're a prick.
He's in charge. He's the actual coach. Since he's come on the pitch, he's the only person who's...
If I was Maguire, if I would go up to... Harry Maguire should go up to Fernando and say, shut the fuck up. I'm the captain. I'm the captain.
Sorry.
But
do you not also think that he probably does say that every now and then? Do you not think that, like, I would love it if those two just didn't speak to each other?
No. I don't think I think he's
Shut up, nice. Bruno! You shut up, Harry. Okay.
He's an English player, Tom. He's too nice. He probably says sorry every second. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, sorry there. Oh,
sorry. Does apologize. Anyone tries to run past him because he just lets them do it. Oh! Who is that centre back for Liverpool? Because I feel bad for him because he's had an absolute...
I believe his name is Virgil van Dijk.
He's had a mare today. That's got to be a foul. Yep. Oh, that's time. That's game.
That is it. That is it. Manchester United go through... Oh, I forget who they play. Who do they play in the 5th round? They've drawn it, haven't they? Moyes
in the roundulus of the 50list.
Right. I'm going to say this. Thank you very much to everybody that came on and watched this with us. Really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with some more live streams. We'll probably be doing the Oxford versus Fleetwood game next weekend. And we're going to be doing something different with how we interact with you guys in terms of doing the Oxford preview. So make sure you look out for that one. And for like videos in general, we're going to try and be a bit more interactive with the people that watch. Great win for Man United. And before we go, I'm going to throw it over to Tom, who's going to give us the final thoughts as the winning side.
Outside of that random 30 minutes in the second half, I thought Man United played really well and deserved the win. They totally fell apart when they let the second goal in, but I thought they looked really good. I thought they played really good football. It was a really enjoyable match. Thank you to OUFC Dave. Thank you so much for coming in and being part of the chat. Thanks to Cal for being here. Menel Nignon. Honestly, I'm so sorry I can't pronounce anyone's name. King Walsh, the Dank Memes. Always good to see you. Paul Gray, Robert Allen, Rad. Genuinely, guys, thank you so much for doing this with us. It's a lot of fun. Nerdneck. Pids, obviously. Pids 1990. Always good to see you. Stefano Lorenzo, always as well a pleasure. It's George, always good to see you. And William Golder even joined in for a while. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being part of this with us. And we will see you next week.